That is the end of that.
Good? We're good. We're good. No, not till 5 passes. You're on the other side. Oh, yeah. Name and done. You're playing.
How did your game go?
Annoyingly, he can't mind. You can roll that. Yeah. Oh, there, no.
Yeah, okay, that's already there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. But 3 votes for it. I suppose. So is there enough choice? It's just so nice to everyone. Don't coach him. Why are you making it off here? I don't go for 2. Yeah, I also don't want to make copies. This is a new aspect of music. Jordan, I'm tired of fighting this. I don't want to play Legion. Shall we talk to you? See that?
You're the people's champion.
I think I'm only going to refer to him as the People's Champion now.
Yeah.
So
we have the people's champion here. Preventing Ollie when he's
that's the only reason we have to stop all of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you're
The players are just getting ready to set up, so we will be back very shortly with the start of the game. Hold tight. It's going to be Tom Sefton versus Ollie Dyer for the finals and a invite to the World Championships. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, no, I have changed that. Oh, hang on. Can you actually... Oh, you... Literally, Jordan and... Jordan. Hold on then.
I don't mind, I think I was sticking.
Have you played Donald? Michael played.
Hello there and welcome to the final of the That's No Moon Open at Battlefield Hobbies in Daventry.
And Don Campbell, can you just come in for a second please? And Jeff Porritt.
Sorry, well, some people are in trouble at the tournament. Cockles is calling people out by name.
It's Jordan's fault.
So we're just getting ready to start the finals, round 5. We have got 2 4-0 undefeated players, which is Tom Sefton, who's been on stream twice already, so this is his 3rd time on stream. He has just played on this table, so he knows the map. And we've got Ollie Dyer, who of the podcast, running his Commander Vader Blizzard Force. Yeah, you're good to go. So Ollie's list is Commander Vader, 2 HRUs with an HH12 and a DLT, 2 Snows with medics, 4 squads of bikes, and Tom Sefton is playing Dooku and sorry, not Dooku at all. He's playing a Sergeant Boss. Tom is definitely the people's champ here. I know that, as Ollie is my friend, I want Tom to win. But we're going to stay as impartial as possible, and by that I mean not impartial whatsoever. The turn 0 cards are just going down now, so if you bear with us. It's a bit of a discussion on going on terrain right there. Oh, that's my head. There we go. This is first time that I've done streaming for the channel. So if you've been with us for the whole time, thank you for joining us. If you're just joining, I appreciate you checking out the channel. You had to bear with us a little bit. We did have a pretty heavy last night. Ollie and Cockles, amongst other players, smashed out a load of karaoke. We drank a load of beers, sang break stuff by Limp Bizkit at the top of your lungs. It was good fun. So here we go for the turn 0 flop. They didn't put the cards where I asked them to, so it's a little bit hard to see everything that's going down here. So if you bear with us, I'm going to go and see what the cards shake out at, and we will be back in a second.
Fine, so I have 4 units to be paid 5. Then I have 3 units.
Okay, so we have come down on turn 0 on hostage exchange, major offensive, clear conditions. Ollie obviously having the deepest bid, meaning that he is the blue player, so they're using the blue. They're using his deck as Blizzard Force. He wants a very specific set of objectives, although it does work quite well on a bunch of different objectives, but hostage exchange is definitely going to be playing into Ollie's hands here. As we've seen throughout the day, today and yesterday, Tom really knows the way around this list.
You wouldn't do that to me. I'd end up with him, and I know he'll kick my arse.
Just getting those major offensive deployment markers down. So for anyone not familiar with our podcast, we are That's No Moon podcast. Every 2 weeks we drop a podcast or anywhere you find podcasts. And if you listen to it, you would have heard Ollie drone on about this list for a long time. He is playing Andrew Terrell Mange to Le Chens, which is because Andy is in France and apparently he eats dogs. He's got a 784 point list, 9 activations with Commander Vader, Improvise Orders, Burst of Speed, Force Push, Force Reflexes, 2 Snow Troopers with Concussion Grenades and Med Droids, 2 HRU Stormtroopers with DLT-19s and HH-12s, and 4 squads of Speeder Bikes. And Tom, we've had him on the stream twice this weekend already. He is playing a T-Series with Improvised Orders and Electro Binoculars, Bosk with Hunter and Targeting Scopes, Asajj with Burst of Speed, Force Push into the Fray Offensive Push, 3 B1s with the Sniper, which is the 1 red, 1 white, range 4 crit 1 gun, 1 squad of B1s with a Medical Droid, 2 Magna Guard, both with the rocket, one of which has a comms jammer. He told me before that he wasn't that bothered about having a bid, so the fact that he had the points available for a comms jammer, just threw it on. So as we can see, deploying the hostage unit. So you can see Tom's hostage is just outside the middle point. Generally, most people are going to just, with the 1-speed move, they're going to move the hostage towards their own deployment zone with the opponent. They can't be interacted with the first round. Okay. They can't be interacted with on the first turn, so they're fairly safe, but they can still attack. So Tom just making sure that he's got that move down with a squad of Snow Troopers. Yeah, so Ollie's got a squad of Snow Troopers there, and I'm pretty sure that Tom has used the squad with the Sniper, but let me just double check. Yeah, so Tom's hostage unit has one of the range 4 snipers. He's just divulged Asajj's 3-pip, which is going to take the Makashi Mastery. So obviously he has a choice of taking either Makashi, which means that you reduce your Pierce value by 1 to ignore immune to Pierce. So you can see that he's it's a great way to get around Vader being immune to Pierce. The other option would have been Bounty, but as Ollie only has Vader in the list that's an eligible bounty target, he's already got Bounty with Bosk, so I think it's probably better to try and get Asajj in and get some Pierce on Vader, because we all know that he's got the 8 wounds, he's got 2 meds, so he's got effectively 12 wounds on Vader. Nasty. So if you can get some Pierce in on that, that's really, really clutch.
of a ground. Mine's tiny. Mine's possibly the lowest thing that's in the game.
So Tom deploying his second squad of B1s. He's just checking range to the building on the top left where Ollie is going to be. It looks like he's going to be deploying the majority of his forces. I think the way that this is going to become hard for Tom is that Vader's might means that he can really manipulate that hostage unit. Okay, first squad of bikes going down. Having played Ollie recently, those bikes are going to move as a swarm. But he doesn't just go straight for the alpha strike. Sometimes he holds them back, and it's a bit of a nightmare when you're playing it because you just don't know when they're going to strike. Start to whittle you down with a HRU from range, and then sweep the bikes in. Tom deploying his next squad of B1s, just behind the shield generator. Some great line of sight blocking terrain.
You have 2.5 hours.
Go on, Tom. Don't let him slow play you.
The whole tournament is referring to Tom as the people's champion.
I mean, he's literally slow playing, right? This whole start just over there, just messing about.
Extension. Right, no one gets any prizes. All thanks to you, Tom.
It's a mean
As he's player TO, Ollie is working out the spot prizes for this round. We've had great prize support on this tournament. We've got a huge amount of prizes for the end of the round, but we had plenty of alt art cards that we've given out throughout the rounds. Had plenty of dice that we've had given throughout the rounds. There's still a bounty on Ollie. If you beat Ollie, you get a set of red dice. That is the only person who can win those dice now is Tom. So really excited to see how this shakes out. Legion players, I'm going to give you the bounties for this round. If you cash in a bounty victory token at the end of the round, you get a set of order tokens. If you get all of your heroes killed and still win, you can have some command points.
Tom,
It might be worth saying, is
asset included because there is a Grogu out here? That's an extra point.
Okay, so back to deploying here. But you need to finish the game and win with it. The asset also counts. Like I was saying before, we've got some great prize support. We've got loads of Legion swag, loads of stuff that got brought back from Worlds. We've got the tarot cards. We've got some spot prizes of tokens, full set of order tokens, which is going to go to the first player in the 28-man tournament who can claim a bounty, win the game with the bounty victory point. So we'll see if anybody can claim that. Otherwise, that prize will either be rolled over or brought into something else at the end of the day. Tom deploying a squad of Magna Guards again in that ball behind the shield generator there.
If someone concedes, does that count as a victory towards this one?
So these guys, you might say,
Well, if he has the token, yeah.
No, those are scout troopers, strike teams, and don't think anything more.
Because he has to claim it, right?
So it's whoever claims a bounty first.
And finishes the game with a bounty.
But if she conceded, having gained the bounty,
Yeah, it counts.
And if his hero's dead, and he wins with a dead hero,
Anyone concedes,
this is our game plan.
because they lose all 3-0. So they lose.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
If the other person, so if you can see, I have the bounty.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were going the other way around.
No.
What hero? What comes past him?
Characters.
Commanders and not orders.
Yeah.
So just
Like just named so, Luke. You've got Luke.
Luke and Artis.
Yeah.
You feed me Luke and Artis, and then I'll concede.
Placing down some HRUs there. You can see exactly where these two players are both going to be turtling up all of their forces. I think this is going to turn into quite a cagey long range gun line this game. So if you're just joining us, we're playing Hostage Exchange, Major Offensive, Clear Conditions. We have got a Bosk Asajj T-Series, Double Magna Guard, 4B1 against Ollie Dyer playing Blizzard Force, Commander Vader, Quadruple Bikes, Double HRU, Double Snow. Both armies have got great range 4 options. You can see that the hostages are both just either side of that middle terrain piece. The second unit of HRU is going down. Both at 9 activations, so there's no pass. Bosk going down. Just the other side of the shield generator. He is going to have line of sight to Bosk, which having a white save unit with some potential for some early wounds is always a bit scary. Ollie placing Vader down. Tom seeing if he can get within range to direct, so that he can get an order on that B1 squad, so they don't have to attack, because that is what's going to happen. Otherwise, they have to attack with AI if they don't have an order. There you go.
Really good. I like the fact they're bright orange, bright green. I can see the bases now.
So standing orders.
Places is fine, isn't it? Shoulder pads
Ollie has some alt-art command cards here, so let me just have a quick look at what's going on. Lovely. Okay, so we've pretty much worked out that there's a section of the board there that is going to have no action going on. We've had a couple of streams where that has been the key area of the game, so nice to know that we can have the dice tray there. We can make sure that we can see everything that's going on. And you had to forgive me, I had to go and take a picture of all of Ollie's command cards because he's got alt art ones. So although I know exactly what his command hand is, having alt art versions and the glare on some of these on the screen here makes it hard to read everything. But what Ollie has just played is Darkness Descends. So Tom played standing orders, bounced his B1 chain direct to the B1s. Ollie is activating a core, and with that core, his first action was to take a shot. No, so he's moving. Let me just double check this.
Yeah, so I get two, that's all. It doesn't have
Yeah, so with the snows, that was a double move with a shot into the T series, who just took a suppression. And Ollie is just cohesing his minis. Ollie has got an unbelievable amount of reps with this list, which I'm sure, again, if you listen to our podcast, you're well aware of how much he's played this list. Just getting some clarification on the top table here. Has to be on the same elevation. So they were just having the discussion on cohesion. So because that building is a little bit too high, yeah. So they were just getting the clarification on having all the minis on the same elevation. So Ollie is cohesing out of line of sight. This turn, not such a big deal because he can't be shot anyway. Tom now activating and doing exactly the same move, back over, double move. This is why snow troopers are always a great choice for a hostage unit, because they got steady. Their speed is already reduced, so there's still only speed 1.
I'm not sure.
Both cohesing as far forward to their own deployment zone as possible. There you go, so double move with both hostage units as the first action of the game. It's a classic, it's exactly what you want to do in hostage, is get them away from the threat zone. So Ollie activating some speeder bikes. It's a compulsory move. And he's playing cagey with the bikes. I've seen him do it. It's terrifying when they're going to come. Taking a dodge, making sure that he's got cover, and he can dodge if anything was to come at him. I don't think Tom's going to shoot the bikes this turn. Going to rally with a T-Series. Yeah, he's getting out of line of sight. The only reason he put him where he was so that he could get an order out to that first squad of B1s with the hostage. But that is an easy target for the bikes to either double move, or in the next turn, if it was still out in the open, that would be the overwhelming barrage. Ollie double moving with an HRU. He's got a great vantage point from where he is there. Swapped it out to the HH12 variation with the DLT, just to combat that massive impact meta that we've had for quite a while now.
It's just damage. So 1 health.
Tom activating a B1 squad. They're going to move up just to the corner of range 4 on the HRU, and I think he's going to take the 1 red 1 white critical one shot into the HRUs up there, hoping for some crits. Like we said before, it's always great if you can get some wounds on units and make Ollie, or any Blizzard Force player for that matter, have to spend some of their medic charges before they're relevant on Vader. Just a hit from the B1s there, so it just goes to suppression. Squad of bikes activating. Measuring out range 3. You won't be able to see the majority of the B1s, so it'll only be 2 wounds that are possible. But if you can get some early stuff off turn 1, that's great. Make sure that if you are available next weekend, there's still 6 tickets available at Darksphere. They have loads of lovely alt art cards, so make sure you go and get those. Sorry?
I claimed the bounty.
I won despite losing all of my characters. You sods!
Teamwork!
Alright!
He lost all of his characters. She claimed the bounty and then conceded. The first game of the last round has just been won already in about half an hour.
Oh, when you can see it, yeah.
Okay, so Ollie going with his second squad of HRUs, measuring up just outside of range 4 there, so he's going to move up. He's not going to be able to fire the HH12 because he's got cumbersome on that, so he's probably just going to take a pot shot with the DLT if he is. Just a suppression on the B1s. Like we said a bunch of times, B1's not really that bothered about suppression. They're still going to get both their actions unless they're at their panic value. If you're just joining us, thanks for joining the stream. We have got another 4 rounds that we streamed this weekend that are all available to watch back on our YouTube channel. You will have to bear through a couple of little technical issues where people either trod on a wire and pulled the camera out, or we had a couple of audio issues in the last round. But thanks for bearing with us. We are getting through. This is the first one that we've done. Today we're a little bit fragile after too many Jaeger bombs last night, but we're making our way through. So this is the final top table with Ollie Dyer playing Blizzard Force and Tom Sefton playing Bosk, Asajj, Magna Guards, B1s, a T-Series, and we are playing Hostage Exchange, Major Offensive and Clear Conditions. Ollie just measuring up on some bikes again. So he's moving to the edge of range 4 with those bikes. And it looks like he's going to take a shot into the B1s. Yeah, we were all pretty disappointed that Ollie made it to the finals. He's annoyingly good with Blizzard Force, it would seem. I'm just going to adjust the camera on the dice tray so that we can get the whole thing in. There we go, that's a little bit better. We got the whole dice tray in there. The whole 28-man tournament, well, probably 27 because I'm pretty sure Ollie wants himself to win, is calling for Tom as the People's Champ. He's the only CIS player in the top 4, and his list is really interesting. We've seen him play it twice on the stream now, and he's a great player. So I think this match should be a real close one. Ollie just measuring up with the silhouettes there, just making sure who can see what. Really appreciate the feedback, Joe. I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. Got some line of sight judge calls going on already. I think it's better to have perfect information, and if it means checking with a judge, it's something that something that's worth doing for sure. Just checking the line of sight from a B1 squad. There we go. Ollie has got one of the bike silhouettes, so he's going to replace the model with the silhouette. Oh, and Cockles has got the laser out. This is how high tech we're getting. Now this is. Oh, there you go. So Cockles is deemed that there is line of sight. which is great for Tom because he has a white and a red. He was hoping for some crits there. He's got critical 1, so just needs a surge. It's definitely worth taking the shot. I would have loved to have seen some Ewoks this weekend. We haven't had any. There was actually only 2 or 3 Rebel players, which, as a Rebel player at heart, I was a bit disappointed that there wasn't more. We did have 1 Tempest Force, which triple ATSTs. Turns out that's terrifying. Yeah, so Vader activating, taking a move and a dodge. Killy, I'm hoping to see some Ewoks at MKGT from you. There you go, Magna Guard making a move. So they've got the rocket, so I think they're just going to make a rocket shot into some bikes here. Be great for Tom if he can get the teeth out of the bikes before they get there. If he can take one of the minis off, then that is half in the dice pool. Oh, great roll. As Ollie is player TO, he's had to go and answer a judge call as well. Tom, was that on the bikes? No, in heavy cover?
They don't get super so.
No.
Yeah. I got an 8.
That's cool. Yeah, trying to... Yeah, so Tom just making a shot with the rocket into a squad of bikes in heavy cover. Rolling 3. It's going to go down to 1. We'll wait for Ollie to come back. Answering some line of sight questions, it looks like. I would very much like to see an Ewok list, especially going 3-0. I hope they've got a stream of the Lone Star stuff because I'm going to watch that back. Whilst we're waiting for Ollie, thank you for joining us on the stream. If any of you have joined in a little bit later after we've already started, we're playing Hostage Exchange Major Offensive Clear Conditions. We've got Ollie and Tom on the top table, playing out for a Worlds invite. Oh, Ollie's white dice coming through. Most of the time I try and be impartial, but as Ollie's a friend, I'm absolutely rooting for Tom. Mainly because you'll never hear the end of it if Ollie wins. If you've been enjoying the content that we're putting out, please like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate all of your feedback and your views.
So he's got 2 aims.
So Bosk activating. Ooh, putting 2 wounds out on those bikes. Activating his last squad of bikes. He made that compulsory first. Now it'll be interesting to see if he's going to swing it round, try and get another range 4 shot. Range 3 shot on the. on the squad of B1s that he started working on.
I assume there would be three.
Yeah, here we go.
You've got like there anyway.
Oh, it's like some dead B1s from the squad hiding behind that building just right of the middle. This is where Blizzard Force starts to come into its own. It can pick you off from range, and then by the time it gets in, your numbers are dwindled down, and it can really put in the hurt when Vader gets in. Tom activating here. He's taking a Magguard rocket for a crit. Oh, and another wound. That's one bike. One bike mini off the board. That's a good move for Tom getting that off the board that early. Turn 1, that's a great thing to get off the board. But that was the last activation of turn 1. We are steaming through this one already. This is a lot quicker than it goes on some top tables. But just a reminder, this is for a World Open invite. Ollie went last year. I believe Tom won MKGT, so he's had an invite. I don't believe he actually went to Worlds, so both great players. Be really, really close to see who's going to win this. Yeah, okay, so I won the one pip roll off here. As predicted, Vader's Might, and Ollie, as the blue player, gets the priority.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
Is this turn where he really can swing it in his favour, which means that Tom is going to have a little bit of an uphill battle going on here. So with Vader's Might, it allows Ollie to essentially take a unit within range 1 and place them within range 1 of Vader. So he is going to just slingshot Tom's. It's just going to slingshot Tom's hostage back towards his own, back towards Ollie's deployment zone. Which means that Tom is now going to have to play a lot more aggressively. So, yeah, so you can see him trying to work out where he's going to hide the hostage. Takes a move. Yeah, he's within range 1 there. So yeah, so Tom's just asked for some clarification on the command card. Yeah, so he's throwing him into melee with Vader. About an hour and a half.
7 in the squad, right?
Yeah, so Ollie now gets to roll the white dice on it. Oh my god, that is heavy. That is not what you want to see if you're Tom. Yeah, hostage is really rough. I'm surprised that Tom vetoed to it, if I'm completely honest, but clearly he thought that that's where he's going to be able to use it. Okay, so then he's force pushed them closer to his deployment. and then he's going to move. Relentless. Oh wow, another 6 with Pierce. That is a dead hostage squad. So now this is pretty rough now. It's a bit of an uphill battle, I think. Although I was saying how I thought it would be close initially, he just needed to win the roll-off so that he could move away from Vader. So Tom drawing a core. He's going to rally. Yeah, so taking a shot into his hostage unit. Loses a mini, takes a suppression. They're not too bothered because with Vader being so close they can compel if they're panicked, but their courage is up. So Ollie not wanting to go with his bikes too early, but then he improvised and pulled another bike token. I think what he really wants is to get that hostage unit moving before he drops it and has to commit another unit to go and get it. Yeah, Killy, I think the card that he vetoed for hostage was breakthrough. Okay, so a unit of bikes going, compulsory move, moving again, touching the terrain to make sure that he can ignore the terrain. Taking a shot into some no cover B1s. Oh, 2 wounds. It's not a dead squad, but it's not far off. It's just the heavy weapon and the unit leader, so at least he's still got that range 4 poke. And that's what he's been using them for all weekend, and he's been getting some good results. Having the critical one white, 1 red, it's been pretty good. Obviously the more minis in the squad, the easier it is because you've got the bigger dice pool, more chances of that surge. Tom working out where he wants to go here. Do you want to go with something with a face-up order or go to the bag? I think he's probably going to try and move the B1 squad and maybe take a pot shot on Vader. Looks like the mini's getting a little bit tangled there.
I've also got astromech healers here, and they're quite easy to
Tom just moving the other side of that shield generator there, spreading out the forces a little bit so that he can try and get some cover going. Yeah, leaving 1 behind the Jenny there. Now I think he's just going to keep ploughing into the hostage unit. Oh, that's fairly good. He's going to get another crit. No, he's carrying on the bike, so 2 wounds on the bike. Leaves the bike left on 1. Going forward on the next streams, we are going to try and get table audio in as well. Unfortunately, like I say, it's a bit of a learning experience, so you have to bear with us on this guinea pig stream. There we go. So Ollie, using his experience and trying to preserve some activations, he's got 1 bike left with 2 wounds. So he's getting out of dodge. He's preserving those points. doesn't want to give them up. So Tom going to the bag. He's got a special forces, an operative token. I spent improvised orders to get special forces, so moving up those Magna Guards. Got range on the hostage unit. Yeah, and going to keep making a shot on the hostage. If you can panic them and cost them an activation, then at least they're not running away. They're not getting into their deployment zone. Oh, that was a great roll. So it's 5. Ooh. 3 wounds. So that is just the unit leader with the hostage now. Something that's great though is that Tom's managed to get rid of a medbot before it spent any charges, which could be huge. Ollie going to the bag. More bikes. Looks like Tom's measuring up to see if he can go and rescue his hostage. We're seeing some quite early shots from Ollie's bikes. Normally he plays quite reserved with them and will spend a turn or two just doing handbrake turns and then try and move them as a squad of 4 in a real devastating attack. We've had a real great turnout here this weekend. We've had 28 players, which will leave us with just 1 undefeated coming out of this game. Oh, great save. Magnus take a suppression from the bikes.
Do feel hilariously there. Oh, that's what it does.
We are planning on doing more streams in upcoming events. We can try and do some one-day events as well, not just the major tournaments. We're not going to have a stream for LGT or MKGT unless Andy is going to do it, because I've already bought my ticket, so I'm going to play. There we go, so Tom working out where that Magna Guard can move to get a shot. Moving up towards the squad of bikes in the open. It's going to be shooting through the trees. So although they're in no man's land, because the line of sight is going to cross the trees, they're going to end up with a cover for that, and they've got speeder. That's how it looks from this angle anyway. We're going to go working out the dice pool. Oh, another great roll. Re-rolling with the aim. So 2 go for cover, 4 to defend on the bikes. Oh, 1 bike gone. Pulling a core. Ah, that's the one he wants. He does rally because their courage is improved by 1 because of the hostage, so their courage 2. So having 1 suppression, no big deal. So he is just going to walk very slowly towards the rest of his list, where he's going to have another squad waiting, that if they die, they can just move, bring and pick up the objective.
So good playing traits, isn't it? But you get close up. Dirty just conceded on the road free will.
This kind of response unit here. Just going to aim and you're the range 4 on the other side.
So Ollie going with an HRU squad. Rerolls 2 with a name, loses 2 for cover, 3 to defend. Oh, sorry, 4 to defend, because it was only light cover. And the squad's gone.
HRU's Snows here.
So Tom deciding where he's going to go next. I think he is activating his second squad of Magna Guards. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a Magna Guard squad, it's a B1 squad. 2 crits, 2 wounds. Leaves the bike on a single wound.
So you've got cover 1.
Bikes and HRU up top here.
Massage activating now. Double moving up to the middle. I think she's fairly safe for the rest of this turn. There's a squad of bikes and a squad of HRUs, but I don't think the HRUs can see her. And I think the bikes, even with a double move, won't be able to get line of sight. Yep, so getting okay, so Ollie now just moving the cohesion minis for his HRU, popping a silhouette down on the Magna Guards by the tree. So he wants to make sure, he wants to see if he can see over the middle terrain piece to get a shot off. So he's easily got the range. Deciding, I think that he doesn't have line of sight to the Magnas. He's just going to shoot the squad at the back. Still in heavy cover. Three to defend, 2 wounds. Nasty. So losing a couple of B1s, but that is what those extra bodies are there for. Tom has basically played them as a range 4 gun line this whole weekend, and it's been doing pretty well. Getting an operative now. Just trying to see where the lay of the land is. Trying to get a range 4 shot on Vader, or the actually no, sorry, not on Vader. He's probably going to try and get a range 4 shot on the hostage unit. All he needs is some paint because he has Pierce as well. Because this is the final table, they're just double checking where we can see, so getting the laser pointer out. It looks into me. Yeah, so Ollie, with his last activation of core, brought back the medic. It was unspent, so he's hiding around the corner, and they're just trying to find out if Bosk has line of sight to the medic as well, or if it's just to the. They're trying to see if they've got line of sight to the medic as well as the unit leader, because the medic would have to die first.
I will dodge that then.
I told you I was right to go.
Just trying to work out now if he had any more movement on the tool, so to see if he can get a better line of sight, but I'm not sure he's going to. Here we go, deciding to take the shot anyway. Just bounces off for cover. Last squad of bikes to activate. Ollie getting called off for another judge call. So if you bear with us, he will be right back. It's normally just a line of sight check or a quick rules clarification. But if you are just joining us, we are at Battlefield Hobbies in Daventry. Great shop. We've got 28 players here today. This is the top table for World's Invite. We're playing Hostage Exchange, Major Offensive, Clear Conditions with Tom Seffen, who's playing Asajj and Bosk, and Ollie Dyer, who's playing Commander Vader Blizzard Force. Well, the only Vader Blizzard Force you can play now, but it's what he has got over 200 reps with. It's absolutely disgusting. Okay, so Ollie is back, activating the bikes, making the compulsory move.
One round good save now. Right.
Taking a second move action. Going back to the laser. It's actually incredibly helpful for but line of sight for the stream, being able to see it from top down. Here's one after cover. Oh no, sorry, it was one before cover, so it goes for cover. And that is the end of round 2. So going into round 3, the table is in a real interesting position here. So Ollie has killed Tom's hostage carriers. The hostages are sat right by the middle objective, so you can see that red token there. Ollie's hostage is just outside his deployment zone. Left on 2 minis. Sorry, left on 1 mini. So if he takes any more wounds, he does have other units that can go back. Okay, so I Am Fear. Great command card, means that the Sarge can take up to 4 suppression. She gets a dodge for each suppression that she takes. And she can spend dodges like Cassian can spend aims, where you just improve a dice. So blank dice gets turned to a hit. And Ollie plays Master of Evil. So Master of Evil, when Vader activates, every enemy unit within range 3 is going to take 3 suppression. I think it's range 3. I am going to double check. It's been a minute. 1 to 2 of him gains 3 suppression. So it's not quite as bad, but if Asajj is going to go in and take 4 suppression, she is then going to be starting to panic. Although she does rally on a red because she's basically a Wookiee.
Oh my god.
So I think Tom is eyeing up a burst of speed.
You know what? I forgive you for your earlier great roll. Because I don't deserve this.
It'd be amazing if he can get into melee with Vader. Maybe take a standby. Oh no, he's just countered the standby because as soon as he activates, Master of Evil is going to kick in. He's going to lose the standby before he gets the chance to move back in. Like I say, 2 really great players here. Thinking there's so much to think about on this board, and I feel like if I was playing this game, I'd have fallen apart. So Tom activating Asajj, choosing not to burst.
Guardian out, but you can't Guardian in.
Moving a second time to engage into combat with Vader and to touch the objective. Tom, did you tap push on that? Did you push? Yeah, cool. Okay, so Tom tapped offensive push to gain an aim. He's taken 4 dodges. So spends the aim. She gains Jedi Hunter this turn, so those are going straight into crits. Now, it'd be interesting to see how Tom wants to play this, because he's got 4 dodges. He could spend 3 of them to improve the 3 of the dice, but he's opting to save them. And Vader's going to take a single wound. Not quite the coup de grace that Tom's going to want from that one. But every wound on Vader is still pretty valuable, especially when Ollie rallying. With the hostage, he's rallied. He's going to move. He's going to move again. I think that will be the last time you see that hostage. He's in in his own deployment zone, so that's going to be 2 victory points if he finishes the game in this board state. Tom going back to the bag. Special Forces. I think at this point, Tom is just going to try and get Vader off the table. If he can get Vader out, it's going to be a lot of hard work, but if he can, then he does have a chance to chase down those hostages. It's a tall order. So the Magna Guard's double moving into melee. And they're going to punch Vader. Vader is sitting with 2 surge tokens. No dodges. That's pretty good. Oh, that is a lot of wounds just coming through on Vader there. Unfortunately for Tom, nothing else can get into melee with Vader, but he's put him on 6 of 8. So I think what Ollie's going to try and do is bring his snows back around so that he can get 1 wound off, but he's already spent 1 wound on the medic. So bringing it back down to 5 from 6 is probably quite key. Using his pistol on the bikes.
Unfortunately, you get to a certain age, you go, I don't like this.
Yeah, and then Ollie is going to do exactly what he did with the last one. Doesn't really matter where it goes, it's probably going to go up around the top right of the table so that it's nowhere near any of Tom's units. So he's preserving those activations. It's on 2 wounds. It's just going to stay alive for that little bit longer. Running away is just going to preserve the activations. So when if Tom does manage to kill Vader and get the hostage back, if it was to go to kill points, just having those bikes left on 1 wound is what is going to probably help swing the game. Tom trying to work out where range 2 is of the bikes. Just checking line of sight onto the hostage as well. Here we go, Magna Guard moving up. Taking a shot into the bikes. It's a fair amount of paint on that one. Only missing on the 3 white dice. Two more wounds on a squad of bikes. Activate Invader. There is suppression for everyone. So both Magna Guard and Asajj are going to get 3 suppression. I think this is kind of telegraphing a little bit what play Tom is going to do next turn, because Asajj is going to be really stacking on the suppression now. So I think what she's going to have to do is play the recover card. So Vader is aiming, swinging his lightsaber at Asajj. With the aim. Full boat, spends a surge to a hit. That is 6. Tom gets a surge for into the fray, puts it on Asajj.
Both the HR uses these 2 bikes.
I think Tom's working out how many dodges he's going to spend. He makes it 4. He's only going to take 1 wound on Asajj. That is really good. There we go, then Asajj is getting force pushed. That's why he didn't spend all the dodges. Force push into no man's land. She's already suppressed. There's HRUs that can see her. This is how Ollie is going to get her off the table. Tom moving a core out. Checking range on the bikes. Re-rolling any dice that aren't in the dice tray. 1 wound. It's a dead bike. The way that Tom's been playing these B1s with the sniper has been really great to watch. Having these big dice pools, you're going to get a surge. Normally when you're playing B1s and you get surges, you're a bit bummed because you don't get any surges unless you've got someone with aggressive tactics. So to be able to have crit 1, it definitely helps. So the snow troopers are doing a bit of a peekaboo. Jump up, throw their grenades, jump back down. Just 1 to defend. Oh, she's going to take a wound. Yeah, so she's now sitting there on 2 wounds of 5. She's quite low health. A little bit of a glass cannon. I think if Asajj is still there at the end of the round, Ollie is probably going to play implacable at the start of the next round and just try and get her off the table. Tom activating the T-Series. Yeah, T-Series moves up. Back to Ollie. Activating his HRU. It's going to have a big dice pool. It's got the HH12, the DLT, and the E11s. Oh, Tom spending a dodge to get deflect. No surges. 2 wounds. Leaves her on 1 left. It's looking rough. He knows what he's got to do, but he's just plowing on suppression onto Asajj. So, you know, because she is rolling red dice on the rally, maybe Tom still plays a 1 pip and then just tries his best.
Give me a shout now. We're going to have an extra. Will, alright, not fair.
Tom double moving. He's really making those moves that he needs to. He needs to play really aggressively at this point, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. Ollie pulling a bike.
to go with that bike before he dies.
Trying to get the single bike done before it's dead. Tom has managed to pick bike models off, but not full squads. So Ollie into Asajj. Ooh, there's a crit. So the hit's going to go for light cover. Light cover and a dodge. Ollie's going to re-roll both. Oh, there's a second crit. So 2 to defend. Asajj is on 1 health. Just needs blocks. Oh, rough. There's the one that he didn't want. Oh no, that is my mistake. She is on 4 wounds now, not 5. There's still a full squad of bikes to go though, and another single bike should he want to move it round. I think this is still going to be rough. Tom getting 2 crits from a B1 squad. Re-rolling with an aim. Oh, sorry, this is with Bosk, not B1s. Bosk making pot shots into HRUs. Not managing to get any of the heavy weapons gone though. Yeah, DLT and the HH12 still there. Yeah, so the bike that's left. Oh no, Ollie is going to go with the full squad of bikes first. He might not have to risk that single bike model poking out anywhere because he's got line of sight to Asajj. She has a dodge, she has light cover. Oh, there's 2 crits. Oh, 3 crits. 2 for cover, 4 to defend. She's toast. That's it, Asajj is off the board. That is absolutely not what Tom wanted to see. Yeah, Ollie with his last bike. That bike is gone. You're not seeing that again. It's just preserving activations at this point. And I think Tom is going to have to continue to play aggressively. Bosk's attack is suppressive, so he should have had 2 suppression on there. Just rallying his HRU. Rallies 1, 1's all he needs. Oh no, 1 isn't all he needs. My mistake, they are still just a Courage 1 core. If he wanted to, he can still compel them if he wanted to move, but I think he's probably going to be sitting pretty and just try and get some shots off. I'm not sure if the HH12 is currently tapped in that squad. There you go, so they're taking their suppression to move with compel. And then they're going to move again to make sure that they're touching the objective. So if the first squad dies, the second squad's there just to pick it up full health, or 3 health, apologies. And that is the end of the round.
So I'm going to grab your heels and face the one to touch the other side. You can now pull up around them to sort of spin over this side.
So Tom's got a little bit of an uphill battle here because he's going to have lost some command cards. Just throwing down cards there. As expected, Ollie is playing Implacable, and Tom is going to play Reptilian Rampage, so he is going to get 2 attacks off with Bosk. But yeah, Ollie getting 2 activations with Vader is always devastating, especially with someone who knows those units inside out. And like I said before, he's got over 200 reps with it, and he's just annoying how well he knows the list. If you want to see another game of him playing this exact same list, we have a battle report on our YouTube channel. I played Shadow Collective, and I don't think it's spoiling it by saying he won. Ollie measuring up a burst of speed. I think what he's working on now is he's considering taking a forced push to throw the Magnus into nowhere and then burst of speed into Bosk. Either that, or I think what he may well do is burst of speed, but so force push the Magnus out, claim the objective, and then burst of speed away. So with Implacable, when he activates, he gets a dodge. Yeah, here we go. So force pushing the Magna Guard. Away they go. Burst of speed away. He hasn't picked up the objective. I think at this point maybe Ollie's just thinking that he's ahead on points if it was to come to that. He's got squads of bikes. Tom hasn't claimed the objective. They're in turn 4. He does still have 2 turns to move, claim the objective, and then spend 4 activations of just moving. But the problem that Tom's got is that he's going to be sat in no man's land with the rest of Ollie's list just looking at him. With snowtroopers, which are only white dice, but with steady, they're still not bad. He's got at least 4 bikes. So you can see there's a real conundrum for Tom. What does he do with that objective? I don't think Ollie is going to make a dive towards it to claim it. He might do late next turn, but at the moment he just doesn't need to. Just making sure that his objective. Yeah, this is a real head scratcher. I think this is where you're going to see some of that more high-end play that we were talking about. It's just knowing that he's got the movement to get to the objective, he's checking that he's got the movement to get away from the objective, and then how much movement he needs to get back to the deployment zone. Because the only thing he'll be able to do this round is move and claim, and that's going to leave you in a real sticky spot.
Heavy cover is not the reliable thing I thought it was.
Tom's still trying to decide where he wants to go. We're getting a little crowd going on the top table. A couple of games finished already. Tom measuring for line of sight, trying to work out if there's something that he can do. He could move those Magna Guards and get a shot off on Vader. At this point, it's interesting because Tom needs something big here. If he kills the objective holder, another one's just going to pick it up. Vader's down there. He could kill Vader. Vader does have a dodge. He's got 2 dodges, sorry. One for reflexes and one for the command card. He's about to get another one from when he activates again. Looks like he's having a little bit of the analysis paralysis.
Save one, take one. Which means I roll on the red dice. Rank is good for me. That's disabled. I can't reverse and move to 2 actions. Absolutely fine. Roll your next barrage. Dirty droid.
Bosk moving. Taking a wound to do so. Well, he's thinking about it. No, taking that back, deciding that that's far too risky a place to leave a white save Bosk.
And with a game that's going to be on incremental angles, it's kind of
So because he moved it and took away the tool, and because it's the top table, you don't know exactly where he's gone. So he's gone back, taken the wound to make the move, made the shot for 1 crit. Wow. Made 2 attacks. Tom is the fastest hand in the West. He just grabs his dice back. So he's getting, Ollie's getting 4 suppression because it's a suppressive weapon.
these guys will rally. Do you want to roll for your extra wound on Bosk?
Oh, and he does regenerate the wound on Bosk. On the 4, he's rallying 2, so the HRUs are going to get a single action. I think that they're probably... considering firing the DLT and the HH-12 into Bosk, but they're just going to recover instead. He's taking a free move with Vader's compel to move closer to the objective. Tom double moving some Magna Guards. It won't be the first time today that he's killed something with. Actually, no, it was yesterday. It won't be the first time that he's meleeed a vehicle to death with a Magna Guard. Did it with a Bark Speeder, one shot at a full health Bark Speeder with a squad of Magna Guard. So it's charging into the bike. I think Ollie is expecting that to be a dead bike, and that is a very dead bike. Tom's still trying to decide when he's going to dive into the objective. I think what he's probably going to do is use that second squad of Magna Guards that are to the right of the central objective. Probably move this turn and claim, and then double move for the rest of the game to try and get back to his objective. But then it's going to come down to points, and with Sarge being dead and a couple of B1 squads, it's currently going his way it's going Ollie's way on points at the moment, I think. Yeah, the full squad of bikes. I think they're going to take their compulsory and then try and move round and do some wounds. Compulsory onto the top of the building. Ooh, taking an aim and a shot on Bosk in the open. He's going to re-roll the 1 white with the aim for a full boat of 6. Ooh, Bosk only saving 1. Oh no, Bosk does not save, so Bosk taking 6. That is not what you want with a 7 health unit. Tom just measuring out how aggressively he can move the Magnus. Using the medical droid to bring back one more wound on Boss to put him on 5 wounds. Be 1 shot. Oh no, that looks my standby. All he needs is 1. And that's a dead bike. Going with some snow troopers now. Ollie is going to move, shoot the Magnus, move back. Oh, sorry, the B1s. It's not the B1s at all. It's back at Bosk. Bosk is back on 6. It's incredibly hard to track at times with the lack of player audio. So I do apologise for the mistakes. Bosk is gone.
I mean, the alternative is shoot Anakin's got dodging 2 surges.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
This is just a fun way to everything is going to be
Ollie activating, trying to work out what he's going to activate. He's got a bike and an HRU left to activate for this round. Tom activating his Magna Guards, I think. Still umming and ahhing a little bit. He's going to have to try and get Ollie to drop it. He's doing it. He's making the move. He's double moving as far forward as possible. There it is. Magna Guards making the charge. In the next round, they're going to be straight in there. I don't know what you would choose. I think you would probably try and go for Vader because he's only got a couple of wounds left. But yeah, here we go. So Ollie's HRU does not rally. Taking a heavy cover shot into the Magna Guards.
I just looked down and realised it's still there. Sorry. I feel awful.
Down to 3. Taking 2 wounds. Losing a mini. I mean, that is exactly what you're going to want when there's approaching Magna Guard of 8 black dice just coming to punch you in the face, eat your lunch. So that has been taken out by 1, so it's now only 6 that they could potentially hit.
One trying to tell you you've got no, that's going to be
Tom activating the squad of B1s. Checking line of sight. Double moving up to some cover. Playing it a little bit safe. Like I say, I think he needs to play real aggressive here.
Obviously, my heavy support is about as cheap as my troops.
So Ollie pulling the objective holder. It's the single man. He's going to shoot just his 2 blanks. That's the stormtroopers we know. T-Series. I think the T-Series is going to have to start moving. Just measuring out the direct range. It looks like Tom is just going to keep. Yep. Taking a shot. I think as we get into the bottom of turn 4 here, as Ollie is just moving the bike that's just behind the building on the left of the dice tray there. Unfortunately, it's hard to get the entire table in with the angle of the camera, which is why we're actually going to be getting some more cameras for our next stream. And I think all he's going to do is compulsory and get out of the way. There you go. And now they're clearing down for the turn. Now, interestingly, Tom has now lost all of the rest of his command cards, because we know what command cards he has. Well, he's lost all of his character command cards. Yeah, there we go. Standing orders. Ollie is playing Fear and Dead Men. So Darth Vader while Darth Vader uses Deflect, the attacker suffers 1 wound for each blank result instead of Surge. When an enemy at 1 to 2 of Vader activates, Vader gets a dodge, so he's playing real defensively here. The order just goes to Vader. Tom directing, B1ing through to Magna Guards. You can see how heavy the losses have been for Tom's units here. Everything currently has an order apart from the Magna Guards at the top. Oh. So Ollie used Burst of Speed. Burst of Speed gives you an immobilized token. At the end of your next activation, your immobilized token goes. So what he's done is he's taken a dodge as his action 1. He's tapped Force Reflexes to get a second dodge. Then he's taken a standby. Now that he's finished his activation, his immobilized token's gone. So he can still move. Hard thing is with that standby, you're going to have to shoot him first. Oh, you can't even shoot him because he's a Command Evader, infinite courage. The only way to strip that is to force push him. Great play there from Ollie. Tom just trying to decide what he's going to do. He's going to go with the Magna Guards. The downside with the Magnas is that if Tom... Ollie just asked him where the orders went, so the order was direct from the T-Series to the first B1, B1 to another B1, B1 to the Magna Guard, and then with standing orders the order went to the T-Series, and then you're not wrong, Joe, there is a second way to kill, to strip a standby, and that is to just murder him. So the Magna Guard's moving into melee with the squad of HRUs.
As you charge, before you get your free actions, you need to do my standby,
And then
as far as I'm aware, it's not to check.
Also, not going into melee with the HRU, sorry, just moving around and then taking his second action to move into melee. Then he's going to clobber. Oh, and clobber he does. He's going to spend the surge to get 6. Oh. There is one man left in that Magna squad who gets double blanks. Vader is now safe in melee. And the Magnas are pretty toast at that point.
If that is the case that you do get to swing first, then
I think you...
I think I'm right. I want to check. Dave. Question for you. What? Orders, standby,
The player's just getting a quick rules clarification. I'm pretty sure that they are right the way that they played it, that if you move into melee, Ollie would then get the choice would get the chance to spend the standby before the charge gets to swing. But they just want to clarify it for peace of mind, because this is deciding who's getting a ticket to Worlds. Ollie now going from the stack. Gets a core unit. Just measuring how far he is from the Tom's second squad of Magna Guards.
We're going to move on, throw grenades.
Yeah, he's going to do the same as he did last time. He's going to move, he's going to throw the grenades, and then he's going to move back. So with the snow troopers and steady. Oh, 2 crits. Oh, the Magna Guard saved this time. Here we go. Tom is going to immediately activate those Magna Guards. They rally both of the 2 of their 3 suppression. So now he's rallied. We're in turn 5. Tom's going to need to grab that box. Or does he just... If he manages to kill Vader, the problem is he doesn't have a box. That's what he's doing. He's double moving. He's in melee. With the charge, he gets 4. Ollie spends 2 dodges. Oh, saves them both. It's not what you want to see if you're if you were Tom right now. Tom going with Ollie going with a squad of HRUs. Oh, here we go. So moving to make sure that the unit leader is touching the hostage. So if the single man with the hostage dies, Ollie can just, with the next activation, just claim it. It's keeping him safe. You would need to kill both units to stop him from being able to score straight away. Tom activating a squad of B1s. Grabs a fistful of dice with an aim. Goes down to 2. Ollie takes 1 wound on a bike. That's the first wound that bike squad's taken, so they're still sitting pretty good. Oh, here we go. So Ollie with the unit leader that's on the that has the hostage is just doing a dodge standby, and his next core is to also dodge standbying. So Tom only has a squad of B1s left. Tom. I'm just going to check that Tom hasn't missed that core unit, and that's a token that's wrong.
That's what he's going on phase 2. We will then coordinate with that guy up there. This guy here is going to set 6 that one there.
There you go. So Tom taking some losses from the squad of B1 still yet to activate. There was a quick succession of spending the T-Series order token, I think. Oh, here we go. So the bikes activating compulsory move. They're blocking off the objective. So Tom just double moving across. He's touching the objective, so he's going to be able to score 1 victory point if he claims it. That is the end of the round. Going into the final turn of the game. I think Tom, I think he's plucked up standing orders again. So just to avoid the tie, ooh, Ollie's going to play Overwhelming Barrage, the 2-pip for Blizzard Force. I was surprised that we haven't seen it until now. That's normally quite an early play for Blizzard Force. So again, Tom is going to direct to the core. The core passes to the other core, and he gives his order to the T-Series. Then the 2 Magna Guards are just going to AI. Vader activates. He dodges. He reflexes. He's going to try and murder the single Magna Guard. Oh, 6. I think he's gonna do it.
They are going to.
Yeah, there's plenty of blanks on those. This is all falling apart for the People's Champ here.
They were doing it.
Tom punching with the other squad of Magna Guard. Yeah, and that's the game called. There was nothing that Tom could do at that point. So the winner of the That's No Moon Open with a Worlds invite is Ollie Dyer. The People's Champion is dead. It's the Cinderella story didn't end how we wanted it to. But what a great game. I feel like when you're playing against Blizzard Force, hostage exchange is such an uphill battle. If you've got Vader, having the Vader's might turn of just throwing your hostage back and force pushing it means that it's just a real uphill battle. But thank you for joining us. If you've been with us all day, really appreciate you sticking with us this weekend. We've been at Battlefield Hobbies in Daventry. I would strongly recommend checking out the store. It is such a good shop. It's got loads of event space. Thank you to the sponsors that have helped us out here, which is the podcast and the shop. Check us out. Hello. We're just wrapping up here. How was your games today? So we've got Dave Grant with us.
Oh yeah, I just sat down. Yeah, it's good. I lost to Ollie because he cheats, and I just beat Blizzard Force 4-0 on hostage. So that's always good.
That is good. Well, we just saw a very different hostage match.
Is Ollie winning?
Ollie has just won.
Oh, he's just won.
He's just won. Yeah.
So he won in Worlds invite his own event.
He has. Yeah.
Get out the pitchforks, lads.
But yeah.